I'm Mahesh Kamat. This is the first stage of training for a student, the first belt stage in our classical system of karate, the classical Budokan karate style in the Botakun system of training. The first stage is most important because that's where the foundation is laid. The student learns the 4 basic blocks: the low block, the upper block, the inner forearm block, and the outer forearm block. The student learns 2 stances: the forward basic stance and the horse riding stance, also called the horse stance. Student learns 1 front kick, 1 kick, and that kick the student has to get it accurate. In a sense, his ankle and toe position has got to be accurate, because if the ankle and toe position is wrong, the student does not pass the first belt. The ankle toe position is the very basic part of the kick, but that is where the contact with the target happens. The ankle is loose, then the ankle could get hurt. So that is where we place a lot of importance. So the ankle is wrong, the student does not pass. Then the student learns to do different exercises. Like part of warm-up is an exercise called the side sit-ups. And the student is required to do 20 of these side sit-ups. So if he does not complete 20, he does not pass. Then after yellow belt, when he goes on for the green belt test, he's got to complete 30 side sit-ups and so on. Same way there are push-ups, certain number of push-ups required for each belt testing. We don't give belts on the basis of a duration of 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. We give our belts on the basis of the skills, the proficiency in certain skills that the student achieves. Those are the little tests he has to accomplish. This is where the foundation is laid. And if the instructor or the examiner hurries up this process of testing student without the student getting good solid foundation, then he's actually doing a disservice to the student. So make sure, spend time with the student, get a solid base foundation, because foundation is the main important part of a structure to be really good. I'll tell you a story which will illustrate the importance of foundation. This is a story of a boy who wanted to learn singing. There was once a boy, and he told his father that he wanted to learn singing. His father took him to a well-renowned singing master teacher who lived in a different village, a bit further away. So he took him to his house, and those days the system was the students lived with the master, served him, and they learned from him like an apprentice. So there were a few students he had who were living with him and learning singing. The master started his teaching for this boy, and he taught the sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. Many thousands of times the boy was told to practice. The boy continued practicing it. After a year or so, the teacher started giving him combinations. Sa re sa ga ma ga sa re ga ma sa re. Combinations like this. So this process went on and on. 3 years passed. He hadn't taught the boy a single song. The boy had heard of his friends who were learning singing in other classes in the city, where after about 2 months of attending a class, they would be taught a song and they would just go on to sing on stage and people would clap for them. He wanted the glory, the singing competitions, to win prizes in those competitions. But the master kept him on his basics for so long. So after 3 years and the 4th year passed, still the basics. Student got fed up. He decided to run away. If he went to his father's place, his father would bring him right back to this master. So the boy decided to run away. He ran away from this teacher's house and he was wandering around, traveling to different places. And he reached a place near another village where there was a gathering of many singing masters and their students. And many of them are singing and presenting their different great songs. And it was like a great jam session, we can say. So as we were sitting watching and admiring all those great singers, one of the students over there asked him, "Are you a singer?" He said, "No, I still don't know how to sing a song. I've just been on basics for 4 years," he said. So the student took him to his teacher, who was sitting in a gathering with other teachers. So I told him he wants to learn singing. The teacher said, have you been learning singing before? The boy said, yes, I've been learning from one teacher who's been teaching for me just the basics for the last 4 years. I'm bored and fed up. I want to learn real singing. I want to learn singing. I want to learn a song. So this teacher said, why don't you go on stage and sing your basics for us? He went on stage. And this boy sang his basics. And his basics were so fantastically refined that everybody, including the teachers in the gathering, started clapping for it. So the student was surprised. Why are they clapping? He hasn't sung a song. He'd just been doing the basics. So when he came down from stage and he asked this particular teacher, why is everybody clapping? Teacher said, your basics are so fantastic, he said. Your basics are better than most of the students in this particular gathering. And he asked him, who was your teacher? So this boy told him the name of his teacher. Oh, he said, that one was my teacher also, he said. And he's one who emphasizes on basics so long and so deeply that you end up getting a solid foundation. And I made a mistake by leaving him that I never really got to learn the full basic structure from him. So I want to take you back to him, he said. So he took him back. He apologized for his own running away from the master, and he requested the student be taken back. So the master accepted him back. And the student's journey continued. He learned a good solid foundation and became a very good singer later on. The foundation is most important for any structure, any martial artist to become really good. I was told by many of my senior teachers in my younger days that the difference between the average martial artist and a top-level martial artist is not flying kicks. It is solid basics. So spend time with your basics and really become a solid in your basics. And some people say that some basics may not work, but the basics work after a duration and a lot of hard work of training. This is called Kung Fu. Kung Fu doesn't mean a martial art. Kung Fu means a skill acquired through a long period with lots of hard work. So if you acquire a skill without hard work, it's not Kung Fu. It's not martial art. If you acquire a belt without any hard work in it, you just spend 2 months attending a class, you don't really work hard, you don't push yourself. And it's not a skill you acquired, and it's not Kung Fu. So spend time with the basics and lay a solid foundation so you understand the importance of all these things. The slow kicks are a good way of warming up your legs for fast kicks to come. Okay? Now, this is the front kick done slowly. Okay? When you start with the fast movements, you go on from there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Now, martial art. To define martial art, we have to look at the word martial art. The word martial means something to do with the military, martial, military, a warrior. And the word art, the definition of an art is that it's some kind of a expression of creativity. As we can say the definition of the word, say the meaning of art. Now, creativity and beautification, I would say, are what are the components of the word art. So martial art means something to do with the military, martial, and creativity, beautification. So put these three together, and what we have is military techniques in a creative, beautiful presentation. That is martial art. Now, military techniques, we could say in an unarmed way, are, say, punches and kicks. Now, punches and kicks, which are artistically beautified and creatively presented, that is martial art. Now, fighting is fighting. Any fool can fight. It's a basic, primitive human reaction, I would say, towards anger or egoism. A person may fight for a trophy or a medal or, say, a challenge. But a martial artist is someone who will fight only to save someone's life or to defend himself.
What is martial art is another question people ask. Martial art is not about fighting. Martial art is something greater than that. It's about character development. It's about personality development. That's why the two words martial and art come together. The words any fool can fight means a fool does not think of the consequences before he starts a fight. So an intelligent person thinks and realizes the consequences of getting into a fight. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.